So just take a little more time in the first question, comprehend everything, and stay relaxed. Because if you do that now, you won't struggle in the next questions where you can save the time. So just draw a good mind map, I would say, sort of. Build that in the first question, and it would be easier for you to approach other questions. And that completely worked for me. Like that was the main reason for the improvement in MSR. That first of all motivated me because seeing you yourself progress in that specific thing, like in specific type question, like motivates you, and that is sort of like gamified version, I would say. Like not just only numbers, sort of. It like motivates you, and it's interesting also. To, okay, I have to work on this. I have improved this significantly. Okay, I have to just maintain this, and oh, I've faltered on this specific thing. I'll make sure to not do that mistake again. So that helps you develop interest and in itself motivates you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another interview with me. Today, I'm excited to have with me Vitthal, who recently scored a 665. What pleases me the most about his journey was his verbal improvement. He literally improved from a V81 to a mammoth V86. His data insights is a DI81 and Quant is a Q82. I'm really grateful to him that he has found out some time to share his experience and his journey with all of us here and share the strategies that really worked for him that helped him improve and get such a good score in verbal and data insights. And of course, his mock journey and the test experience. So, Vittal, thank you so much for finding the time to do this. How are you doing?
Uh, I'm doing quite well, and thank you for the great introduction. And first of all, thank you for your guidance during my GMAT prep, especially during each and every mock when I asked you anything about what should I do, what's the thing that I'm missing. Like, if after each and every quiz, it was very, very helpful during my journey.
Right, right. Thank you so much for the kind words. But you were someone who was always very diligent. You were always very consistent. You would always keep checking in with me after your milestones were done. So I think a lot of credit has to go to you for your discipline and consistency because without that, a successful score is not really possible. So congratulations to you on that, Vittal. So let us quickly delve into your journey now.
Oh, sure, sure.
All right, let's start with the verbal bit, right? You were at a V81, which is a decent ability to start with, right? However, a V86 is a fantastic improvement, right? It's 95th or 96th percentile, if I'm not wrong. So let's understand how did the verbal improvement really happen in detail. So my first question to you, Vittal, is that what were your initial challenges in CR? Let's speak about challenges specifically. What were your challenges in CR?
Like when I got 635 and V81 specifically in verbal, so I was able to understand the questions well and was able to comprehend what the question was asking and all the options. But the thing that I was missing was a one piece of puzzle in my whole process. That like during elimination process, I was not able to eliminate like the last two or three options because not having such a strong reason. So when I went on the portal and because of the detailed explanation after each and every question for every option, especially like why it's not the correct option. So that helped me very much to develop my thought process further. And because of that, I was able to reach the like the last and the only correct answer.
Understood. So answer choice analysis was basically the problem that you were facing earlier. Could you
Wow.
explain how would you analyze answer choices before you started, using e-GMAT and the methods that you learned here and how did that change your approach?
Yeah. So before I knew that it's all about a game of elimination, and especially in verbal and BR. So I would focus on that. But after using the portal, like that became a subconscious act. Before I had to do it, and sometimes that was not, I was not doing that voraciously or not that consistently in each every question, like elimination. But after practicing so much questions on the e-GMAT, that becomes a second nature of mine. So because of that, the process of elimination strengthened and the thought process for each and every option while analyzing that option improved much more like when I used the e-GMAT portal.
Understood. Understood. So, many students usually reach out to us and I'm sure you also would have faced this issue that, they say that, I'm able to really eliminate three choices very easily. I'm always stuck between the last two choices and I choose the wrong one. I remember
Yeah,
interacting
true.
about this with you a lot of times as well. What was
Yeah,
your
yeah.
strategy that eliminated this challenge? What exactly was your strategy of answer choice elimination?
Yeah, so as you said, that it's easy to eliminate the other three options, and it's hard for the last two options. So basically, I think the thing I was getting wrong was I was not able to understand like in that much of depth both the last options. So because of that, I like sometimes either missed a word in the option or not was not able to understand the core of that whole sentence. So that was the only reason I was not able to capture the right answer or eliminate the wrong one. But after doing certain like in e-GMAT, I had an option to like consistently do a certain level of question of a certain thing, like for only strength and for only weekend, for only evaluation. So because of that, I was able to like focusly work on that specific part or a certain level of question, like the third one. So because of that, my thought it helped me to better my process and refine it more and more each day. And as I read the explanations while doing the questions, like if I even get it right or wrong, that helped me to build the process or like I got to remember things like if this is mentioned in the sentence, so yeah, this is the trap part or this is the part that I should avoid. So that's how I was able to make the closest second option, which generally confuses everyone.
Understood, understood. That makes a lot of sense. Right. So I was just looking at your CR improvement. I'll just share my screen and take you through as well. Now, not sure if you ever use the data analytics a lot, but I'm sure you would have come across this as well at some point of time. So let's see here. So this is a hard accuracy that went from 50% to literally 80% in hard questions. And your time, which was
Mm.
above 2 minutes, came down to an average of 2 minutes per question, right?
Yeah,
So that is a kind of an improvement that you achieved using the strategies that you learned here, right?
and that was
So
the game changer for the V86 that I got.
yes, yes, that's very true. Also, let's speak about reading comprehension. Any specific challenges that you were facing before before you started, working on the e-GMAT verbal section?
Basically, I would say that in arts, it's also the same. Like the elimination is the main game, but there we have such a great passage, so it has its own importance. I was able to comprehend the passage, but while like before and after, like before, I was able to understand the passage, but not with that of depth from which I developed after correcting the EGMAT. Like specifically how to comprehend that specific thing or like the skills that the strategies that you told me, like just read a passage, like try to comprehend it and just understand like the author's not writing anything irrelevant in the passage. It's all relevant and you have to understand that, then move forward. So it would help me build a storyline in my head before going to the next passage. So I'll be able to make a complete picture of the passage before moving to a question and do not forget any of the details. So that helped me quite well. And of course, the elimination game was the same, as I mentioned for the CR.
Right. Was there any specific strategy that you learned on the portal about how to read a long passage within 3 or 4 minutes and comprehend it? Because that is the major challenge. That is a very big challenge students face because these passages are lengthy and you cannot really expect yourself to read everything slowly and understand every bit of it. So of course there are strategies which are taught on the portal as well in the course as well. What were those strategies that you were using to ensure you were reading quicker? Not reading everything, but ensuring that your understanding is efficient and comprehension is efficient.
I think because I earlier also preferred GMAT before joining the GMAT, so that was the thing that helped me to like increase my state for RC. So I was able to read those passages most of the time. But yeah, like sometimes I can take the historical passages or the biological passages. There are some words or there are some details that you cannot like even expect anybody to remember after reading the passage. So like for biological passages, it was told to just focus on the broader theme because mostly your questions are on the broader theme, like the nature of passive stone, the main point, and do not try to remember those exact things about even historical biological passive, like the specific names that are mentioned, which you feel like they are so hard and like even while reading, you get scared of them. But that is not something you have to focus on because the questions are generally not on them. So that was the one thing I that helped me. And yeah,
Understood. Understood. Thank you so much for sharing your strategies on the verbal bit. Let us discuss data insights now because it's a DI81, which is a very good data insight score. Right. So any initial challenges or what was your approach to data insights questions before you started studying data insights on the portal? What was your older approach?
I improved from D77 to D81. And that was a major thing that I think was very crucial for me because that was the only section I was not able to conquer like while during my prep earlier. But after I connected with e-GMAT, the strategies that I told to specifically like the table analysis, like for the graphs, helped me save time those questions. And the MSR is the thing that is the trickiest one in the DI for each and every one. So my accuracy was, I think I got one question wrong out of the three in my first attempt. But after that, I got like in this attempt, I got six questions from MSR. I got three or four right. So due to certain strategies, like how you should read the passage, after what time you should just go to the next question and just skip that and do not take the pressure. Like if you even are not able to specifically identify the answer of that question, because it's all about managing the time and getting the overall accuracy, not that specific one question. So that mindset shift helped me a lot. And the strategies that are used for two-part analysis, which was very bad of mine in the verbal section, like
What was it?
I had to improve because the strategy you're asking about.
Yeah, the previous strategy that you're talking about was which was not really good for you. What was that?
Earlier, I was able to even comprehend like what the question wants you to answer. Like I was very confused between the two options. Like should I put this word here on the second blank or what should I do? But as I developed the CR part, the detailed analysis of each and every answer, the detailed analysis of RC's answer, so it like was all connected and help me in the two-part analysis too. I'm not able to pinpoint exactly what thing, but
Mm.
I'm pretty sure the detailed explanation for each and everything was the main block of getting a good accuracy in verbal and the English questions and the DIFR.
Understood. Understood. With data insights, another problem is that not, I mean, most courses don't even cover data insights comprehensively. And of course, there are not
So
enough
I
questions
certainly
also,
agree.
right?
Yeah.
How did that help at e-GMAT?
The amount of flexibility you get in the e-GMAT is certainly something I would say help me in each and every section. And the amount of questions, it's not about practicing 1,000 questions.
Vitthal, I lost you.
In the e-GMAT. But that all did not make sense anything for me because it was just like going in different directions and trying to improve things and trying to like get the score, but that was not helping me. But when I use the portal, this was like a very specific, peculiar practice of that each and every sort of question. So that helped me. Like this Validium is the platform. So that helped me quite well to improve the accuracy of each and everything and then go on the sectional mock and then give that and then analyze each and everything. In practice again, anything if I like, I'm not able to score to my expectation.
Understood. You just mentioned sectional marks, right? Time management in data insights is a very big problem. In fact, not just data insights, but I think after you've learned everything, you've put all the pieces in the puzzle, the final piece is always to put all your learnings and application in the sectional mocks and then go to the final mocks, right? We recently, I think 3, 4 months ago, we introduced, a feature of sectional mocks. and I'm sure you use that very extensively. How do you think do
So,
sectional marks really prepare you as a student to ensure that your time management and your test taking strategies are on point?
first of all, I think sectional marks are initially even much more important than the full length because you're not even ready for a full length, and giving full length is much more anxious and something that you judge also for that score. Yeah, I'm not able to score well, and it's very lengthy, like 2 hours, 15 minutes. It's like very long time compared to sectional marks. You are more chill, you are more focused, you can like able to be devote or be more dedicated at that time. And mainly it's a game of mindset. So you are able to approach that with your maximum potential and not be afraid of anything. So that helps you really well. And like I gave only 3 or 4 full section full marks, I think three only. And I gave more than 15, I would say, section marks for each and every section. Because that is interesting also, that helps you to improve your time strategies. And GMAT is just a sum of 3 sections. So you should approach it like each and every section and not see it as a full paper. And when you give the section mark and improve your accuracy in each section, so it becomes easier for you to score in the full length, and it reduces, like it helps psychologically, I would say.
Right, I understand. Also, data insights, of course, is a combination of skills from both verbal and quant, which is something that one needs to make sure that you are, ready to study for data insights. But at e-GMAT, we have a specific strategy called owning the data set, right? The process to
Mm.
really solve a data insights question. If you could explain in short what exactly was it and how were you using it to your advantage?
Yeah, so owning the data set you can use in variety of questions, but mainly I used that in MSR questions because those are the questions when you have 3 different tabs and you have to comprehend all the details and then move to the questions. It's like very tricky, I would say. And it's hard to like remember each and everything and connect all the 3 tabs. So owning the data set helped me there and in RC. And it was about like understanding each and everything and connecting everything. And like it was basically to take the time to take more time initially when you read the question, like because in these types of questions you have 3 or 4 parts. So just take a little more time in the first question, comprehend everything and stay relaxed. Because if you do that now, you won't struggle in the next questions where you can save the time. So just draw a good mind map, I would say, sort of. Build that in the first question, and it would be easier for you to approach other questions. And that completely worked for me. Like that was the main reason for the improvement in MSR.
Understood. Understood. Thank you so much for sharing that strategy as well. Uh, let's talk about the mock journey, right? There were a couple of mocks on the portal where you did score a 675 as well, which is extremely close to what your final score ended up to be as well, right? Uh, how close do you think were e-GMAT mocks to the official GMAT in terms of preparing you and helping you predict the kind of score that you would be able to achieve on the test day?
They were very crucial, I would say, because when you give the official marks of the from MBA.com, they are too easy. And the other company or the other institution which I prepared from, they were too hard. So like they totally broke my confidence in myself. I was getting like something around 605, 595 earlier while preparing. And in the official mock, I was able to achieve 700 above and all the 4 mocks that I gave. So the e-GMAT mocks were really helpful because they affected my standing according to what I will be facing during the exam and helped me get the very real experience of what I'll be facing like for 2 days when I was scheduled it. So yeah, they gave me the real taste of the exam just during my prep.
Understood. Another very crucial thing that is important in the GMAT, because the GMAT is a skill-based exam, right? It's not testing your conceptual knowledge. It is testing if you're able to apply those skills under time pressure, right? Now, when you are working on skills, it is extremely important to track whether some certain skills are improving or not to really understand what the next step should be. e-GMAT's beauty is that our tech is superb. There is, very detailed data analytics that we have. You have the same in cementing quizzes, custom quizzes, mocks as well, right? Uh, how were those tracking features really helpful in helping you understand that, okay, this was my weakness, now this is my strength, this is what I need to work on. What is your take on these data analytics that we have on the portal, and how did they help?
That first of all motivate me because seeing you yourself progress in that specific thing, like in specific type question, like motivates you, and that is sort of like gamified version, I would say. Like not just only numbers, sort of. It like motivates you, and it's interesting also to okay, I have to work on this, I have improved this significantly. Okay, I have to just maintain this, and oh, I've fought on this specific thing. I'll make sure to not do that mistake again. So that helps you develop interest and in itself motivates you. And then when you spot the certain things, as I mentioned, so then you can go on that question and get a detailed analysis of each and everything. Okay, that was my thought process, that is what written in this. And one thing I would like to mention is for each and every question, the option that to select, it is also given like the assumptions, like this would be something that you might have thought, and that is the reason you chose this option, but this is wrong because of the certain reason. So you are like, okay, like to get very specific thing about your mistake. So you are like very easily able to capture that and improve that the next time you do that.
Understood.
And like it
That makes
shows
a lot
like
of
you
sense.
fall short. Just wanted to add one last thing.
Yeah.
Like in the mocks, you it shows like okay, this was target score. And first of all, the thing that they get at the very start of the portal, like create your own plan, creating the customized plan for the score you want in each and every section. That also helps a lot. So when you do that, so in the mock, you get like 2 points of leverage. Like if you are between that, you are passed or you are failed. So that in itself plays a very crucial role. And like it developed my interest. I was able to practice with more intent and was much more motivated during those threads. And especially during the analysis because everyone are in for the section for the full mocks because to do that. But the main game changer is how you analyze them, each and
Hmm.
everything. So in that part, the portal played a big role. And yeah, that helped me a lot.
Understood. Understood. Uh, how about Neuron? Because I think that was a very new feature when you were just preparing, right? Which had official guide questions, but the solutions were e-GMAT created. What role did they play in helping you prepare for those targeted areas which you had identified as your weaker areas?
That's as I mentioned that the main improvement came during like very specific practice of that specific types of question. So that I did on the neuron. And in that I started from the medium for like English specific things. And it's just like a small set of 5 questions. Doing those questions and the beauty of that is you can select any number of questions. So like just select 5 questions, do them. You are able to remember each and everything like what you thought. Can you solve that question? So you're able to recollect and spot your mistake better while reviewing them. So that helps a lot. And it's all about like spotting the mistake you're doing and improving that gradually and stately. So that in that one neuron helped me a lot. I the same for each and every like first of all getting good marks or having good grasp of the medium level then hard for each and every question and having the flexibility to customize the number of questions and the difficulty helped me to like specifically target the things that I wanted to improve. And then I went on the sectional marks.
Understood. Understood. Uh, something that was really harsh on you was getting, penalized by 8 points for answering the first two questions.
Yeah, like first question and one more, it's the 12th or 13th, I think.
Right. So getting penalized by 8 points for two incorrect questions in quant, right? Because I think you actually had the ability to do really well there. So do you think the quant section is really unforgiving? What would be your advice to people to ensure that they don't get penalized so harshly? What should they do to ensure that that doesn't happen to them?
That was the thing that has been with my since from very early days that I do some silly mistakes, and because of that, that harms my score a lot. So like on to the first section that I attempted, and the very first question, which is very basic, like don't think I will ever get that wrong, like while doing practice or anything. But I would have certainly missed a word or have interpreted in a wrong way and got the wrong answer, and that was the only reason I would feel like so highly. And on to the section that was my strongest part, I would say. Like I completed one section in 34 minutes, and I had 11 minutes left in my exam. So I even previewed each and every question, but still I was not able to get that mistake or understand what I interpreted wrong. And that's how I it like killed my want score so much.
Mm.
So I would just like be attentive. What's a very easy section in GMAT. Like people who are preparing for CAT and GMAT, they think for them I'm specifically advising that quant is very easy here. It's all about the focus and getting the accuracy. So just be very focused, do it properly. Do not have to be like so much in a hurry or so much anxious. You will be able to do the quant section like much well in time. Just make sure that you do not do any silly mistake or miss any word while reading the question or while choosing the option. You'll be able to win.
Understood. So, we are coming to the end of the interview, Vittal, and I'm so glad that you shared all the strategies that helped you reach here and also the strategies or the mistakes that you made in the preparation so candidly and so honestly so that other people benefit out of it. That's really kind of you. So as mentioned earlier as well, thank you so much for finding the time, Vittal, for sharing these strategies with all of us here. We are really proud of the journey you've had, and we at e-GMAT wish you all the best for your next steps in application process and hope that you get into the B school of your dreams.
Thank you so much, bro, for helping me during the prep and for assisting like so during each and every after each and every month.
All right, no worries. All the best, Vittal. Keep us posted.
More so, true. Thank you.
Thank you.